Hello, Earth people. This is Lee C Squared, and I'm here to deliver my very first video game review. The late 80s and early 90s could be considered the golden years of the once proud and strong game development company known as LucasArts. During that time, they created classic works such as Day of the Tentacle, Monkey Island, and Sam & Max. However, the crown jewel of their achievements came in the form of an original and unconventional piece known as Grim Fandango.
Buenos dias.
Grim Fandango is a noir-themed graphical adventure game with themes inspired by Latin culture and Aztec mythology. Even after almost 20 years after its release, Grim Fandango remains in the hearts and memories of those who have played it. The majority of this review will be based off of my own experiences playing the game on the PC. I will examine and evaluate several main aspects of the game: story and narration, spoiler-free of course, gameplay and mechanics, graphics and visuals, sound and music, and replay value.
Sorry for the wait, Mr. Flores. I am ready to take you now.
Grim Fandango's story consists of a well-structured plotline with many twists and turns. It makes almost exclusive use of sarcastic and bone-dry humor.
I've just locked an open door. Strange, yet symbolically compelling.
The narrative follows the template of Joseph Campbell's hero's journey with a 4-act structure. Each act represents a year in the story. The story takes place in a purgatory-like realm known as the Land of the Dead, where souls of deceased take the form of cartoony skeletal figures. Not quite the ideal game for people with necrophobia.
Boo! My name's Manny Calavera. I'm your new travel agent.
The protagonist is a suave and sarcastic travel agent named Manny Calavera, who works for a travel bureau called the Department of Death, which is an agency that helps lost souls on their journey to the Ninth Underworld, which is the resting place for the dead. Manny is in a slump due to being assigned low-life clients thanks to his boss and rival, so he decides to steal one by reaping the soul of a saintly woman named Meche. But for some reason, Meche doesn't qualify for the premium travel package for a 4-minute train to the final resting place, consigning her to the perilous 4-year journey on foot. Manny soon realizes that the DoD is corrupt and his boss and rival are in on it. He joins a rebel group called the Lost Souls Alliance, befriends a car-living demon named Glottis, and travels across the Land of the Dead in search of Meche, and to bring the criminal mastermind behind the DoD's corruption to justice. Manny's character development from a selfish and jaded salesman to a self-sacrificing hero is well thought out and believable as he gradually changes for the better during his 4-year journey. All of the characters from the heroes to the villains are endearing in their own right, especially Glottis with his manic mannerisms.
I'm driving! Yeah! I'm driving!
Grim Fandango was programmed with its own engine that departed from the traditional functions of the mouse and used the keyboard for more hands-on gameplay. The game uses tank controls in which you use certain keys to move forward, look at objects, pick items up, talk to characters, and to dig into the inventory. However, this only made the controls extremely unwieldy, as you often found yourself running in circles, walking into walls, going the wrong way, constantly digging into your pockets, and increasing your chances for carpal tunnel. The game's puzzles range from intuitively easy to frustratingly obscure that requires hefty abstract thought. While the solutions are very clever, they are so obscure and complex you can't help but peek at a walkthrough guide just to beat the puzzle. You can also easily lose track of what else you need to do since the tasks are set so far apart from each other that you need to constantly run back and forth just to take care of them. However, the biggest flaw is that it lacks an autosave feature, which is crucial considering that this game is notorious for crashes and game-breaking glitches. You gotta wonder if LucasArts had to cut back on QA just to make room in the budget. In spite of the glitches and gameplay inconveniences, the puzzles are memorable in their own right, and you'll have little trouble solving them again when you play. In time, you'll come to appreciate the complexity and obscurity of the puzzles as a whole, because they contribute to the development of the plot and the characters. Grim Fandango broke ground by being the first LucasArts adventure game to utilize 3D graphics. Every character from the main cast to the background extras have their own unique designs that make them so distinguished. But as you can see, The characters and objects lack the appropriate textures to look more lifelike, and they appear blurry and grainy. And naturally, Grim Fandango was bound to have clipping and frame rate issues. Don't believe me? Take a look at the walking animation taking a sick leave all of a sudden. On the other hand though, the background environment is beautifully made, almost as if the characters are walking inside a painting. To make up for any of the faults mentioned so far, Grim Fandango easily redeems itself with top-notch voice acting and ambiance-setting music. All of the voice actors perform their roles with distinction, especially Gladys's.
Lumbago lemonade!
Yup, I think I made my point. As for the music, the score is an ingenious mixture of Latin folk music, jazz, swing, blues, and big band music. Each track always cues whenever you walk into a new area or in a steamy situation.
And this is my best year!
If you're willing to spend, Grim Fandango soundtrack is all the bang for the buck. In spite of any misgivings, Grim Fandango is memorable and fun for its innovative and original gameplay, story, artistic design, acting, and music. You'll have at least 12 hours of gameplay that you can't help but tackle again and again. The game ingeniously takes inspiration from myth and cultures to create an original setting. All of the characters from the heroes to the villains to the extras are believable, endearing, and well developed. But most of all, Grim Fandango takes all of the best elements of storytelling to epitomize the hero's journey at the same esteem as Star Wars, while emphasizing the themes of revelation, redemption, and poetic justice. All in all, Grim Fandango is a journey to die for. Well, that about wraps things up. Thanks for watching. Good night.